And here it is.
So 3 weeks ago, we took a road trip from where I'm at in Southern Oregon down to Red Bluff, California in factory QRC to pick up my new Outlaw cart.
Here's a quick look at my new hot rod before we load it in the back of the pickup.
I went down there, picked it up, drove it home, and now it is time to get it race ready.
So everything is kind of a mess right now, but I'm in the process of organizing and building the new Holmes family number 18T Outlaw cart. Absolutely stoked to get this thing on track. If you guys remember, I owned my own Outlaw cart for the first time last winter. We won, I think, in total 5 races up at the Roseburg Indoor, including the turkey shootout was the biggest one, and then we also won a couple of weekly shows. And when I was done with it, I sold it, and I just recently picked this one up just a couple of weeks ago, and it is now race week for it. So it is time to complete the build. Or probably get started. There's no way I'm gonna finish it tonight, but I've kind of slowly been working away in the right direction. I did all my tires yesterday to get out the different compounds I'm gonna need for the weekend on the different wheels, and got all that pretty much 95% organized. And I'm thinking now, as far as looking at this race car, I'm gonna try to get the seat in first, and then maybe just a couple of small side projects that will need to be done on this thing for it to hit the track. So I got the seat slid on the frame. Now, believe it or not, how you put a seat in an Outlaw cart is actually very important. You can see it's already bolted to the seat hoop right here, and then in 2 spots over here on the right side, which means it's already mounted in the correct position. But still, when you slide it in the car, it should technically slide right in the same position it was in another race car on the frame. If you have to like twist the seat or turn it in a different direction, or just not have it in the exact same spot it previously was in the same race car or in another race car, it basically binds up the frame, and the frame is all you have in Outlaw kart racing. We don't have suspension, we don't have shocks, we don't have torsion bars. So making sure this is done correctly is actually big. Mine just slid right on top of the frame. All I gotta do is put the bottom part of the clamps on and it will be good to go. But I've seen in the past other drivers, they like really fight with their seat to get it in the correct position. And if you have to do that, you're just putting yourself at a disadvantage, because your car's already not gonna handle correctly, because you're literally putting so much pressure on, what is supposed to make the race car go around and go fast. Well, I at least made a start on everything. Just slid the fuel tank in. You saw me finish up the seat. I also bumped the steering column up a little bit by 1 hole. Someone my size, which I'm about like 5'10", 170 pounds, I like to bump it up a little bit so I just have a little bit more room. If you're really small, you see some of these young kids in Outlaw carts, their steering wheel is like basically in their lap, which that would mean the steering column is probably down 1 hole, but I can't even drive the thing. So adjusted that for myself and got the seat in and made a little bit of progress so far for the night. Well, we just got our KTM 450 bolted on the side of this thing. Got the motor mount all tightened down. My dad is working on getting the gear lined up straight with the front sprocket. Of course, that is also important on Outlaw carts, as they are chain driven. So when you have a chain on the front and rear sprocket, it's got to be lined up straight and it cannot move anywhere. Otherwise, you'll risk throwing the chain, or things are not gonna, work smoothly on your race car. resting, fired right up. Can you explain to them why you hit the button a couple of times before you just started it right up?
Because the fuel pump is priming the line to the carburetor. When you hear it running, it's pushing fuel to the carburetor to start. That's why you bump it a few times. Then it starts right up.
Well, now we know for sure that it runs. I have to say it just to put it on record, but to this day, this piece of technology sitting right here and four-strokes in general, like really do impress me. This is a 2018, and ever since I ran it and I watched my other competitors run them that compete with the four-stroke, like, it's just crazy, the technology and how we're putting it on the side of an Outlaw cart, and with the flip of a switch, it turns on and off it goes. And also how they compete well with the CR500s. They have great torque, they make awesome horsepower. It's just, it's really nuts. Well, it is Friday afternoon and we are just about ready to go racing. I've kind of been showing you guys bits and pieces of a little bit of our work from the week. And today I finished up putting stickers on the body, and so now the Holmes family racing car is complete. And here it is. There is something about simple that I just absolutely love. All black, a little bit of red, and just a few stickers on the car. And I told you guys when I picked this thing up, I had to put sticker tires on it when I showed you, because you can't build such a nice hot rod and then, you know, put used tires on it. Like I said though, very simple, all black, pretty much the same concept that our family ride had last year, except we added a little bit more red. We got the factory QRC on the wing, got an 18T here, Holmes, another 18T, and I decided to add my website at the top of the wing. And this side is the exact same, 18T, factory QRC. We also got some tail numbers. And then like always, I got my normal Joe's Racing Products steering wheel. For all the longtime fans here on the channel and all my close friends or anybody I've driven for, they know that if there's one thing I'm particular about, it's what steering wheel I use. I have to use the Joe's Racing Products one in the Outlaw cart. I have to use it in the Sprint car. I usually put some sort of grip tape or just something on the wheel so I have a little bit more grab, and that just makes me comfortable in any situation. But yeah, super happy with how this thing turned out. You can see an El Dello design sticker right there. He printed all these graphics. So big thank you to him and a big thank you to Factory QRC, as they always support my program. Can't wait to get this thing on track, get it in victory lane, hopefully a bunch this winter, and get this Forefront Racing Engines KTM 450 hauling the mail. Can't wait to see how it runs. We will be back on track in just about 24 hours, and now it is probably, I would say, time to load the trailer and finish things up before it gets too dark. Well, all the race car stuff is loaded for now. I have a couple more bags and some tools to throw in. Got a great tire selection for the weekend. Got some options for stagger. I mentioned I got some stickers down there. So this is gonna be a super fun weekend of racing. If I had to guess the car count for the open division, I would say we'll probably be in like the 20 to 30 range. Hopefully closer to 30. If we got more than that, that would be phenomenal, but I feel like that would be a solid way for them to start their season and then hopefully, you know, carry that larger car count into next weekend's big race for the Timber 50. Which is also why I wanted to run both these nights, because any preparation for next weekend is going to be valuable. Even though I'm not going to be running this car, I'll be in the factory QRC house cart, but to get to run both these nights, if we could win both of them, I mean, that would be the most possible momentum you could have into such a high-paying show, a big event, and everything that's going to be on the line in 7 days. And one last thing before we wrap things up, as you guys know, this is my own personal Outlaw cart. I own it myself, and my dad owns the engine. We've had it for a couple of years, but I take pride in, you know, working hard to have been able to purchase this race car with my own money. And, you know, I guess when something's your own, it's just different. And that kind of adds to the fun in all of it. But I wanted to say, if you guys have a business or just yourself personally, if you want to support this car sitting right here, we have a ton of space on the side of the hood, side of the wing, inside of the panels. Don't hesitate to reach out. We can work out a deal, and it'll be kind of fun to fill some of the empty space on this thing. And of course, we make a bunch of content on the family car, and we are going to for the next couple of months, so you're definitely gonna be in front of a bunch of eyeballs. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. All the hard work is done, and now it is time to go have some fun. We will see you guys at the Roseburg Indoor tomorrow. Deuces.